This is my intro music. Welcome to the video. I hope you like it lots, so don't forget to subscribe and click the thumbs up button. Now let's react.
Hey, hi, hello there. Welcome to another episode of What the Hell is Anna Doing Today? Woo! Couple of things. Anna has had her fourth and supposedly final surgery. We'll believe that when we see it. So her final surgery was a 360 liposuction thing where apparently they supposedly suck fat off of all of her. She had another 11 pounds of stuff taken out. You can't tell a difference. Like, okay. So Anna doesn't look any different than she used to look, other than her right leg is severely swollen, both her thigh and her calf, and that's pretty much it. And her clothes don't fit anymore. So, a year's worth of surgery. Yeah, over almost a year's worth of surgery, of liposuction surgery at this point, and the only thing Anna has to show for it is slimmer arms and a swollen right leg. Good job. But according to Anna, she feels great. She's never felt this good in her life. She's bouncing off the walls with energy. She has to walk herself to exhaustion every day. She's walking a 5K and a half on the regular. Okay. I would like to live in the land that Anna lives in because apparently it is a wonderful land of gumdrops and sunshine and rainbows and something something and something, words that I don't know, but I know the tune and I too lazy to look up the words. So there you go. That's where Anna lives. Anyway, we're not watching this. This is Anna singing Sweet Caroline while she's under twilight sedation again for what I believe is her most invasive of the four surgeries. And then her surgeons sing the chorus for her, or they sing the bum 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 part for her, and I think it's weird. But unfortunately, when they do the bum 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 part, you can see that she is. You can see her stomach and all of the surgical doodads that they're using to suck chunks of her out. So we're not watching that. You're welcome. Onward. We don't actually have a ton of videos to get through, a ton of TikToks to get through. But when we get done with this TikTok, her TikToks here, we are going to go over to the Instagram and we're going to check it out real fast. But majority of what we're going to talk about, Anna, in true Anna fashion, Anna has a cycle. All the girls do. I probably have a cycle too. Anyway, Anna goes on a tirade through her Instagram stories where she basically talks about how over the past year, because it's been it has been almost a year at this point, that it has been almost a year at this point that Anna has been having these surgeries done. I can't exactly remember the date of the very first surgery, but I feel like it was right after March, so in April, because she ran the 5K in March, and the first surgery was around April-ish, if not May. So about a year now. But anyway, so she's basically complaining about how her decisions for the past year about surgery have caused her to get a lot of negative feedback and yada, yada, yada. It's not her job to be likable. It's just her job to put her life story out on the internet, and how dare we criticize her. Typical Anna fashion. I think she doesn't actually use the words, if you don't like it, you should unsubscribe. But it's basically the gist of it. But we'll get to that in a minute. I kind of wanted to go through all of the TikToks first because here we are. This is, what does she say here? Learning, even bigger hair, even bigger earring, cowboy boots. She says, POV, trying to keep up with the Texas glam girlies, but you're not exactly sure what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing either. Look, Anna typically does fairly good makeup. Like, I give her shit sometimes. I do. I really do. But, like, is she going to, like, a themed party or something? But Anna typically can do pretty decent makeup and stuff, but I don't get... That's a lot of blush. And I don't understand what's happening. You can see she's wearing, like, the full upper body compression gear, though, with the little clippy thing in the front. That's a full body, upper body compression. Shit. Sorry. And of course, she links every freaking thing she uses because we are back to being an influencer girly. You get your bag, girl. Let's see.
Never fit me until I've had this belt for 2 years. And it's never fit me until today.
Here's where we're going to start doing reality check for Anna's. This belt still does not fit you. I don't know what world we live in where belts are supposed to go directly underneath your boobs. I don't know what world this is. With the exception of like a corset belt, I occasionally will see them where they are cut high and they're meant to kind of give that sweetheart look, like a corset look. I don't see a lot of belts that are meant to go directly underneath the boobage, right? This is not that kind of a belt. This is just your basic little thin strap belt. She is wearing it immediately under her boobs, like it's some kind of support bra. That is not your waist, Anna. And I don't care how many times Anna wants to say this, there is no such thing as a high worn belt or whatever the fuck she called it the other day. Belts go around your waist or pretty close to your waist and or your hips. This belt doesn't fit you, Anna. Not only does it not fit you, it's cutting you in half in a way that makes you look like you're like inflated. It makes you look like you're like, you know, I would say pregnant, but even pregnant women don't look like this. It's not flattering in any way, shape, or form. And the fact that she thinks it is flattering, I don't know what we're trying to do here. I don't know what she's trying to accomplish with this look. I have noticed that she's wearing a lot more black lately. She did a outfit of the day before she went in for her before she went in for this fourth surgery, where she was doing an outfit of the day, and it was like this black and gray block, looked like a knit dress of some variety. And it was cute. It's just not very Anna. Anna just doesn't wear black hardly ever. So it was an unusual outfit for her to be wearing. And it was just strange to see her wearing it. And now she's wearing this solid black. This is like a t-shirt dress. It's not a t-shirt dress. What is this called? Anyway, it's a button-down shirt dress kind of thing. I personally don't like the cut of them in general. I don't like the look of them at all. So that's not an Anna problem. I don't like these kind of things. I don't like them on skinny people. I don't like them on big people. I don't like them on me. I don't like them on you. So there's that. But it kind of fades into, you can't really see the way the arms are because they're camp shirts, I think they're called. It's faded into her upper body compression. Somebody says change the shoes though. Yeah, I think the shoes are like, I guess if you take the whole outfit in, you got the Barbie pink belt, the Barbie pink purse, and then you've got these copper ballet flats, the box toe ballet flats. Why do people insist on wearing these? I find them kind of stupid. I'm about to go on a rant. Excuse me. Look, point shoes are earned. I don't know how else to put that. I don't know how else to put that. Like, not anybody can just walk around in point shoes, all right? I just put it that way. Let me. You want to go now? Now here's the thing. I have seen I have seen women and men probably Anna's size go up on point. Like, it is not impossible for someone Anna's size to get up on point. I have seen it with my own two eyes. I have seen them move on point, leaping, jumping, spinning, questionable, but I have seen them get up on point. So it is possible. I'll put that out there. But Anna, no. Anna doesn't know how to dance in the first place. I highly doubt she knows how to get up on point. Anna's limbs don't move right in order to get up on point. Anyway. That's not the whole video, is it?
Today it fits. And
It doesn't fit,
I was
sweetheart.
really excited because it matches this bag perfectly. That's actually
That's the real reason she's wearing it, is because she wants to show off her. Is that a Louis Vuitton? I can't remember. I don't know all of my pseudo high-end brands anymore because I don't care enough. I don't go to the mall enough anymore to know all of my high-end names. What was I going to say? She's given foodie vibes. Like, she just needs, like, is it the abaya that goes over the head? The scarf, just the scarf? If she was wearing that, she'd look very foodie beauty. And that's not a compliment. But with this particular outfit that she's wearing right now, with the exception of the shoes, she's just kind of rocking a very foodie beauty look, because you know how foodie has like that, foodie carries all of her weight in the front. They're like that big belly. That's kind of what Anna's doing right now. This is post-surgery, by the way.
actually why I dared to even try it on, because I was like, oh, if it works, this will just be perfect. And it did.
It doesn't.
So, this is my outfit for the day.
My God. She's nothing but unburnable fat, though, you guys. There's no more burnable fat on her body. Everything is apparently lipedema. So she had a 360, which would imply all the way around, right? That's what 360 means, right? So my question still stands from earlier. I'm not being mean when I say this, because this is physical reality right now. This is back fat. This is all back fat. What are we doing? What are we doing here, Anna? What are we calling this shit? How are you going to be handling that? You've chopped off your bat wings. You've sucked out your thighs. You've inflated your right leg. You've sucked your belly out. What are we doing here? Are we just giving up on this? Are we just accepting that this is reality? What are we doing with this? You know, you're not losing weight. You've done nothing but gain weight since your first surgery. Visibly gained weight since your first surgery. So don't even try to be there. I'm not gaining. Bullshit, bitch. So what is this? Is this lipedema too? Is this also lipedema? Anyway. She's got music playing in the background, so I'm just gonna have to, like... How bad do you want it? I don't know. How bad do I want it? I'll just have to talk through this one for you guys, because she's got music playing in the background, and I'm tired of my videos getting copywritten. You know, I can say every forbidden word on YouTube, and my videos never get hit. I play Anna's videos, and for like 2 seconds of music in the background, I get copywritten hit. Like... Anna is the bane of my existence. Anyhow. Let's see. Today I went to the gym and it literally almost broke me. If you're new here, my name is Anna and I am at the tail end of a very long surgery journey to treat my lipedema. And while I'm very grateful to be done, I am realizing that it's going to take a lot to rebuild the strength I had. Now, I am not clear to lift weights yet, and it's a little bit of a problem. Good God. That said, my doctor said I could do functional exercising now. If you're not familiar with functional exercise, it's really cool. It's basically thinking about exercise in the perspective of what I can do to help perform my day life, I don't know, I lost that one, sorry. A little bit easier. So, for example, doing a squat to get out off the couch or standing on your tiptoes to reach something on a tall shelf. Girl, you are already tall. You don't have to stand on your tiptoes. Or carrying something in your hand. So it's like, taking your groceries from the car. It's really thinking about exercise in a way to how to improve you live now. And it's also a great way to build strength without pushing your body too hard. So right now, it's a good solution for me. I am also doing cardio. I am trying to build up some time on the stair stepper. Today I did 4 minutes. I am proud of that. Look. You can't give people shit about the stair stepper. All right. When I first started doing the stair stepper, I was happy that I got 5 minutes on it. That thing is a beast. All right. Granted, I did have to do it pretty quick because if you do it too slow, it's like agony. If you do it too fast, you will wipe yourself out. You got to find that sweet spot. But man, I tell you what, I was proud that I got 5 minutes the first time I was on that fucker. I can do 10 minutes now. I don't tend to do more than 10 minutes because I'm really just using it as a warm-up. There are people in the gym that get on that damn thing and they're on it for like 30 minutes. Those people are crazy. I don't know what's wrong with them. Why are you doing that? Stop it. Yeah, I'm sure they have a reason for it. I just am like, why? But then again, I'll spend like 15 minutes on the rower if I'm not going to do anything else that day, right? So I'm sure there are people who are seeing me on the rowing machine and they're just like, why are you doing that? Stop it. So, but this thing, like, it is deceptively hard to do. So, as much as I would love to give her shit about her 4 minutes, 5 minutes was rough, okay? When you first start out on this thing, it's a monster. You can build up on it though, clearly, because there are those people who are just like, I am walking all the steps. And I'm just like, you go. You climb Mount Everest. You do whatever the hell it is you're doing in your head while you walk up those steps. Anyway, for 4 minutes, that is all I could do. I also did walk honestly and shocked by how much I walked. I was watching Taskmaster, which is my favorite UK show, and I was so into it. I walked for 3.5 miles. Is that where she's walking? Is that how she's doing the walking? Is that where we're getting these 5Ks? Is we're walking on the treadmill? I don't care. I just want to know. I get, because I don't care. I really don't. I just want to know where she's walking. Because one time she was like, I walked, something like 3.5 miles. And then she was like, but I'm not up for trail walking yet. And I'm like, where were you walking then? So she's walking in the gym on the treadmill. Okay. And that's fine. Whatever. I always like to walk. I'm so sorry. I just noticed this. I will point it out to you in a second. It is not. I'll show you guys in a second. Because once you see it, you won't unsee it. I usually walk on the treadmill at an incline just because I feel like it's more challenging, but that's to each their own, so there's that. But she's back to doing this TRX bullshit because, once upon a time, the people at the Run Lab told her she could do that. All right, now so that you can never unsee this again. This poor man. So to point out, the rest of her body has blocked out his entire body except for this man's head. This is what we call unfortunate placement. Oh no. Poor guy. How long are you there? Oh no. I wonder if she noticed he was there, because I only just noticed him. Anyhow, now you can't unsee it. You're welcome. So yeah, she's back to doing the TRX bullshit again. I noticed she wasn't jumping. So we've got that at least. And dancing, of course, because she's Anna. We're doing wall push-ups. We're doing these knee-up things. So she's doing basically exactly what she was doing before her surgeries. She's just not using her dumbbells. She's not lifting, you guys. Y'all come for me for that, but I don't give a shit. So she's doing her knee-ups. I don't know, man. Should you be moving that around? Here's the funny thing about the cycle, though. Like, she used to do Soul Cycle, so she knows how to, like, tear that thing up. She used to do Soul Cycle for a real long time, actually, for a few years, actually. So she could probably, if she went back and really got serious about it, she could probably teach it. But yeah, Anna used to do the Soul Cycle thing, so when she pulls that bike out, man, she actually knows what she's doing on it. Here's the thing. Anna's got full compression on here. Oh, looks like her leg kind of went down a little bit. Oh, maybe she did get the swelling to come down some. Maybe. This still looks a lot larger than this one. But her calf does look a lot better. But honestly, like, does she really look any better in the midsection? Because I don't really see it. I mean, maybe she's a little flatter. Maybe. I still don't know why she's doing those. She still can't do a squat worth a damn. This is just painful to watch. She has no balance. Yeah, see, she doesn't look... Granted, she's rocked forward a tiny, tiny bit here, so... Maybe they've sucked some out of her ass, because she was getting, like, shelf butt. She was really getting some shelf ass going on there. But, like... I need to get some good side-by-sides to really, really see the difference, honestly, but I guess, what? I don't believe they did any skin removal, though. I think they just did lipo. I could be wrong about that. And then she's just doing her kettlebells. She's really not doing a whole lot of anything different than what she's done before in the past. She's even done this thing in the past. And again, the walking machine. The stair stepper. I'm really not going to give her shit for the stair stepper. That thing really is a pain. All right, so that's pretty much everything that she's got up on TikTok without me having to log in. So there's that. Let's hop over. Did I call this Instagram? TikTok. This is what she has on TikTok without me having to log in. Let's hop over to Instagram real quick and see what she's got there that I might have missed here. All right, we are over here on her Instagram. It doesn't look like there's anything different except for this clip where Anna actually is letting the guest talk. Someone is listening. I wonder if she still has me blocked on Instagram. But anyway, I do want to go over her stories. See, she's got pause. Whew. I want to say this would be accountability day 4, but we stopped getting days. So this might be day 5. I did take the weekend off. So actually, yeah, if we took the day off, let's see, we did accountability day 3 right before I left. So this would be like day 5 or 6, actually. So I don't know. But this is the same outfit that we just saw her working out in. So there you go. You can try to do the timeline that way. Again, Anna is horrible with timelines. Usually the only way you can figure out what's going on when is by the outfit. She said, yesterday I pushed myself again and expected to feel terrible today. I don't know what witchcraft this is, but I'm not even sore. Anna, stop. I will probably keep walking indoors for a while until the humidity goes down because it's just too much when it's both hot and humid outside. Word. The only thing that sucks is the treadmill is not awesome for bigger bodies and sometimes sticks if my gait is off at all. I don't even know what to say to that anymore. So I have to pay. So I have to really pay attention to how I walk to be safe. I mean, you should be paying attention to your stride anyway, because according to Run Lab, you don't walk right anyhow. So that could be part of the problem. I guess at this point, Anna gets to have the best of both worlds, because I guess at this point, Anna gets to be both a lipedema warrior in that, you know, she gets to claim that all of her pain and her misery and her suffering really was caused by lipedema, and she gets to have all of her fat sucked off of her, and she gets to claim that she feels better now because of her surgery and stuff. But she also still gets to live in a bigger body, so she still gets to be part of fat acceptance, and she still gets to be part of health at every size, and she still doesn't have to worry about like losing weight or whatever, because and getting pushed out of fat acceptance, because she's mysteriously obese, you guys. She's got rare obesity genes. There's nothing she can do about it. The lipedema is going to magically keep her fat somehow. She's got EDS. I think I'm not entirely sure if she's claiming to have POTS right now, or if that was just something she was flirting with because she had a guest on her show that had it. So that might be up in the air. But, you know, the EDS thing is something she's been pushing for a while now. But it's just like, this seems, because she's back to her whole bigger bodies. You're still obese. So now that you've sucked all the lipedema out of your body, Anna, what's left? Because originally you were getting the lipedema surgery because you didn't have any more burnable fat on your body. So all of the fat that was on your body was lipedemic fat, ergo you couldn't get rid of it without surgery. Now you've had surgery to remove all the lipedemic fat, so therefore the fat that's on your body is fat. So what's your excuse now? Why are you obese now, Anna? Are we obese now because we're magically obese, because we have magical obesity genes that we magically can't lose fat now because the fat fairy keeps us fat? Can't lose weight, guys. It's the fat fairy. Whatever world you live in, whatever makes it happy, whatever makes you happy, girl.
Left my Apple Watch at MLD, and I get very.
Are you gonna claim somebody stole it now? Now that you've admitted that you left it there, are you gonna claim somebody stole it now? Is that the next story? The next story is gonna be, guys, somebody stole my Apple Watch from MLD. Is that gonna be the next story? Kind of like you did with your CPAP. You totally left your CPAP on the plane and admitted to it twice, and then later on decided that somebody stole it. Somebody got in my comment section and got on my case about that and was like, when I say that I left something somewhere, everybody who's a native English speaker knows that I mean that I left it there, and it's really rude of you to imply. And I'm like, Anna clearly says someone stole her CPAP on multiple occasions. That's the point. Like, even says someone stole my CPAP in the exact video that we're talking about in this video, which is why I played 2 clips of her saying I left my CPAP on the machine on the airplane. So kind of the point I'm making here. So now that you've admitted that you left your Apple Watch at the MLD, are you now later going to claim that someone stole your fucking Apple Watch? Is that what we're gonna do? Anyway. Sorry. I guess I should let her finish.
Very attached to my Apple Watch.
Are you more
and I'm
attached
just
to it than
sitting
your
here
CPAP?
going, there goes my move goal for the week. There goes my sit stand. There goes my exercise rings. They're not getting closed for the whole week because, you know, it's an MLD. It's not tracking anything today.
Well, I guess why even do anything? Like, if you can't track it with your little digital doodad, I mean, why even bother doing any of it then? Is this your way of like? Is this your way of getting out of showing us accountabilities? Your accountability stuff for the rest of the week? Is that what we're doing here? We're setting up the whole, oh guys, I can't show you accountability because I lost my MLD thing. I lost my watch at MLD. Sorry guys, I totally would have shown you the accountability thing that I said I was going to show you guys last week, but I can't because I left my watch at MLD. Sorry guys.
Okay. At least it's not going to screw up my month because, April was already crap because of surgery. But I'm so annoyed. I'm so
Are you though? Are you annoyed?
annoyed.
My robot cheerleader found her way home at 6:01 exactly. If you left your if you left your Apple Watch at MLD and you left your Apple Watch at MLD, why didn't you just turn around and go get it? Like, how far away is MLD? You're getting it frequently, just go get it. Like, how far can it possibly be? Anyway, this is just a freeze frame and the dog. I guess we're proving the dog is at the park. Anyway, these are the Instagram stories. All right, now let's get to the meat of it. Let's get to the meat of it. Sorry if that blew everyone's eardrums. Apologies. All right, this is, I believe, the entirety of the rant that Anna put up on her Instagram stories that she then put on her threads. And I had to screen capture it from threads because I don't believe I can pause threads. Or at least I wasn't able to when I was trying earlier. So I just screen captured the whole thing in a very sloppy way so that I could pause and rant about it as we watched it. So here is the meat of this whole thing. This is Anna ranting about the past year of her surgery arc. I am not entirely positive we are done completely with the surgery arc. And I'm waiting for the end of it because I want to do a full-on surgery arc reaction from point A to point B with all of Anna's media, right? And I don't want to have to do an addendum. But I'm starting to think I might need to because we are, I think, a full-ass year into the lipedema surgery arc at this point. Because again, I think it started in April of 2024. Yep. So we are now a full year into it. And I feel like if I wait much longer, we're going to be like a year and a half. And I just don't know if that's going to be a long video. We're probably already looking at a video in parts anyway. Not everything Anna has done is going to be lipedema related over the past year, but the arc itself has been a year long. But anyway, this is Anna once again scolding the audience for not giving her the adoration and support and love and just, you're so awesome, girl, that she was expecting to receive. And once again telling us that if we don't like her, then we can just go sit on a sharp stick and twitch because F you, she's awesome, and all that good stuff. Anyway, I'm going to let her start, and we will pause as we go.
A really huge year of growth for me. I mean, I went through a lot of feedback based on the decisions I've made, how
Feedback would be a good word for it, yes.
I've presented my story. Just,
Lied.
I've been picked apart from every single angle, and
Because you've presented lies and tried to reinvent your story frequently in ways that were blatant and could be fact-checked in real time. So
first, it really, really hurt me. But I think I've come on the other side of this just a much stronger person.
I'm sorry that there are things that really, really hurt you. I'm sorry that there were points where people called you out for lying and for misrepresenting things and for presenting misinformation and for being a poor representative of lipedema and and of someone who going through the process of being diagnosed and treated for lipedema. I'm sorry that people called you out for that and it hurt your feelings, because nobody likes having their feelings hurt. But the reality of the situation is you were a bad representative of those things, and you presented things in bad faith, and you presented things with misinformation. You withheld information, and at times you straight up lied about things. And when all of that didn't work, you just reinvented stories that we have evidence for not being true. And there's still a major story point that you kind of dropped during the Lipedema Mamas podcast that I still cannot falsify or verify, I guess. And it really bugs me that I can't. And if it turns out that I can falsify it, pisses me off even further. So I'm really hoping that I can verify this particular story reinvention, because otherwise it is super fucking gross. But since I can't verify it or negate it 100%, and I'm really drawing a blank as to where I've seen you discuss it in the past, I'm just gonna have to vague post about it right now, unfortunately. But I just have this gut feeling that you're just reinventing the storyline again as a way of dodging criticism and a way of being shady about shit again, like you tend to do. So I am really sorry that people calling you out for being the way that you are hurts your feelings, but maybe not being a shady, misinformation wielding liar, maybe not doing those things, maybe people wouldn't say things that would hurt your feelings. And going out on a limb, just very, very thin limb I'm going to go out on there. You know, crazy talk, I know.
And I've realized that I'm the only person who will ever know what it's like to be me. And I'm the only person who will understand the intent, the value, or the meaning behind anything I say. And everybody else is just doing their best to interpret me.
I mean, fair. But we're interpreting you based on past presentations that you've given us. We're basing you on past information that you've given us. We're basing you on past stories that you have told us. We're basing you on the past of that you have given us about yourself. So if we are interpreting you incorrectly based on past information that we have access to, that would be because the information that we have that you gave us is incorrect in your opinion. So the only person at fault at this point is sitting in here in a, oh look, we're both wearing purple shirts. Never mind. I guess that person is sitting here in a purple shirt. Take that how you will. It's Tuesday? Not trash. I never know what day's trash day around here anymore. If you hear the trash truck, I apologize.
And some people are not going to get me, and that's okay. And some people are not going to like me, and that's okay. But it's not my job to be likable. And it's not my job to make sure that everything I do in my life is 100% like understandable.
You are an influencer. You built your brand around being likable, around being credible, around presenting yourself, especially to a particular group of people on the internet, and presenting yourself as maybe not being like the representative of fat fashion on the internet, but you definitely presented yourself as a relatable person to overweight women looking for fashion on the internet. And you definitely tried to create a likable persona in at least the beginning. So I don't jive with your statement there that it's not your job to be likable and it's not your job to be personable, because it kind of is. The companies that partner with you are partnering with you because they want you to help them sell their products, and they're partnering with you because they think your influence and your likability with your viewers will help them sell their products. So in that aspect, it is your responsibility to be amicable with your audience, at least, so that they will be influenced to buy Starbucks or whoever you're shilling at the moment. Again, this is Anna's job. So when I say shilling, I mean it with like in the most positive way possible. Um, but like it kind of is your job. Like this is you're kind of in the job of public relations, whether you want to admit it or not. Um, so it is kind of your job. Like you didn't start your channel off being a controversial character based around you're not Boogie, all right? You didn't start off being Boogie. You didn't start off being a hate character or, you know, somebody who was leveraging the fact that they were unlikable or that they were trying to be a dick. Yeah, you know, that's not how you started your brand. That's not how you started your channel. You started your channel to be liked, to be likable, to be relatable, to be enjoyed by your audience, right? So it is kind of your job to make such a hard pivot from that is kind of, I guess it's a rebranding. And I suppose everybody's allowed to do that, but you're not allowed to be upset that people don't like it, right? And you are currently right here, right now, this face right here, right now. You are upset that people aren't following you wholeheartedly in this pivot that you're going through. Not everybody who started following you for fashion and makeup and fashion advice and for fat acceptance and BOPO, those people are not necessarily here for your weight loss or for your lipedema or for your medical misinformation or for any of your fitness journeys. Those people are not here for that. They were here for the fashion and the makeup and maybe the body positivity. And so they're not happy with the pivot in your content. And the people who were here for that brief period of time where you were the fitness guru and you were trying briefly to get healthy, you know, and then you didn't. Those people are not necessarily here for you blaming all of your health problems on lipedema and whatever your illness du jour is, you know? Those people are not here for that. You keep trying to build all of these niche audiences and then you hard pivot to whatever you think the next niche audience is and you alienate everybody else. But the problem is you've got your 8.4 million viewers on TikTok because you started off as fashion and beauty as a plus size creator and you're not honoring that anymore. And you get sponsorships as a influencer based on being a plus sized fashion and beauty influencer. And you're not honoring any of that anymore. And when you do, it's kind of half assed. It's not great. You forget to tag things. We have to go to a whole other website now to even see you put outfits together. or to see what products you're using. Like, it's very rare. I mean, you might at people the products that you're using, but you very rarely like mention them in your videos anymore. It's not what you started off with. So for you to sit here and basically tell us that like everything that you started your channel on is no longer what your channel's about, I mean, yeah, it kind of is your job. So, you know, you don't get to be pissed off that people don't like the new direction you're taking, because you are. Whether you want to sit here and be like, it's okay that you don't like me. Clearly it's not. Clearly it's not okay. Anyway.
It's my job to do the best I can to be a good person.
That's your job off camera. That's your job in life. In life, it is your job to be the best person you can be. In life, it is your job to do the least amount of damage. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's going to make it through life not doing something awful. No one's going to be an angel and ascend into heaven as a saint. Nobody. Period. End of discussion. Not even the Pope. Okay? Your job is to not fuck things up as much as possible, right? Your job is to be as good a person as possible in life. That's not your job as an influencer. All right? It's not even my job as a reactor, okay? You have a very different idea of what your job is compared to what everybody else seems to think your job is. And I think that's part of the problem.
And to live a good life.
That's your job in life. That is not your job as an influencer. You have really taken a hard pivot in life. You are no longer an influencer. You seem to think that you are just like a lifestyle vlogger. You're now just that person with a camera in their hand who just talks about whatever's happening that moment in their life. And we are all just supposed to like, you're now Alexandra Rodriguez, who, for better or for ill, that's all she does. She's just a lifestyle vlogger. She's just like, today I ate a burger. And then I took a nap. And then I played with my dog. I'm wearing lipstick, guys. Isn't it cool? Look, I curled my hair. Why do people watch you? I don't understand. That's what you're wanting to become. And frankly, that's boring. And no one gives a shit. Enough people give a shit to watch her. But you have more followers. Because you had a very specific topic, right? That you have decided you don't like doing anymore. So, I don't know. You don't get to get pissy about people not liking your content anymore because you're not doing the content that everybody followed you for. So you don't get to sit here and be like, it's my job to be the best person in life and just to live my life. Yeah, that's your job in life, but that is not your job on the internet. You made your job on the internet, and that is not the job that you made yourself on the internet, okay?
And so that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. And you're going to continue to get people who are pissy about the content that you're creating. You're going to continue to get people who are critical about the job that you are doing. And you're going to continue to get people who don't want to watch your content anymore because it's not the content they followed you for. And you're going to continue to put out videos like this, where you're going to continue to tell people that they're stupid for not liking what you're doing and that they should just go follow someone else. And those people are going to continue to stop following you and follow someone else. And you're going to continue to lose out to other plus size creators who are making plus size content for plus size audiences. People like Rosie Beam, who frankly do your job better. You had a massive group of people who are watching you simply because you were a plus size creator, and you have just completely trashed that audience because you would rather be some kind of medical mystery, some kind of lipedema warrior, some kind of whatever the fuck you're reinventing yourself as this week, then you would continue to work on and expand and nurture the community that you had already built. So you don't get to be mad about that because you're the one that lit the match and threw it into the fire. You know, you threw it on the gasoline yourself. So this is your own doing. You can still salvage this, but I don't know if you're going to because you seem to be very focused on not doing that. And I don't understand why you are throwing away what was a very successful brand in the name of, I don't know. I really don't know because all of this surgery has been incredibly unsuccessful for you. It has done nothing but cause, it looks like it has done nothing but cause you physical issues, even though you're like, oh my God, you guys, I'm so not in any kind of pain. I have so much energy. I'm just like, you guys, I'm walking on cloud 9, even though you've gained so much weight that it's noticeable. Your leg is swollen. People are talking about your steps and they're like, oh my God, if your step count is correct, then you are taking very small steps, which either means someone else is stepping for you because you're taller than your step count, or your mobility is so limited that you're taking tiny little steps, which I am more inclined to believe that you are taking the tiny little steps because I've watched you walk and I know your mobility is and still is compromised because I've watched the videos you've put out of yourself walking recently. And your mobility still looks like it's compromised. So I'm 5'0", and it looks like I take a wider step than you do. You should be taking a wider stride than me because you're like almost a foot taller than me. So, you know, you're like 10 inches taller than me, you know. But I'm not glitter and lasers, so what do I know? All right. That was the real thing that I wanted to talk about. That's why I left it to last. Did that play the whole time? Gosh, I hope so. We'll find out when I go back to edit this. So anyway, if you've made it this far in the video, go ahead and put a... is there a trash can? Is there a trash can emoji? Put something trash related. We've never done this before. Put something trash related down in the comments section. There's got to be a trash emoji of some variety. Or a poop emoji. That won't get things flagged. We'll find out. Down in the comments section, let me know what you guys think. I know I ranted a bit there at the end, but that's the other reason I saved it for the end. I know I probably missed a couple things here and there, but I don't know. Anna really hasn't been putting out too much that I think is that important. I think the stuff that we went over really was that important. And I know I'll be catching stuff for the April wrap-up that I will be doing at some point in the beginning of May. So there you have that. It's gonna be May. And you're welcome. You're all welcome. Every millennial is now welcome. And I don't really have anything else to say that I didn't say in the moment. So thank you everybody for joining me for this video. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. You guys rock. There are now 3 tiers of membership if you are interested. And pretty much all I've got to say about that. So I will see everybody in the next one. Bye.
This is my outro music. You can't copyright strike me because it's just me singing. This is my outro music. Thank you for watching. See you next time.